racing. As we just wait for them to settle down, they're starting in the home straight here at Newbury. And we've got fairly reluctant leaders in Baltic Sunrise and Parky Equine and Brigadoon Grace. And wide the grey there is Termy Loose for Paul Parsons. Up on the inside round, the Red Silks is Linlithgow, which is moving up into third now. Just towards the rear is Buttons and Pelican Avenue. Widest of all is the Green Silks of Cripple Creek. Dropping back in. Trying to be as wide as the two greys, Termy Loose and Waiting Vow. But up front it's going to be Baltic Sunrise that leads us into the first from Parky Equine. And then Linlithgow and Colt following. It's the first of the 7 they'll have to take. It's a long old run to this first hurdle. Now they get to it and they'll skip over it, although Baltic Sunrise made a mistake and shuffles back into the main pack, leaving Parky Equine out on his own by about 3 to Linlithgow and Baltic Sunrise and Colt following and Diva Fandango. Behind those is Brigadoon Grace with nowhere to go. The two greys wide are still Waiting Vow and Termy Loose. Then back up against the row behind those is Buttons, followed through by Kazan Dubawi and Alfie Cotton. And then just to the rear is Pelican Avenue and Cripple Creek skipping. So still Parky Equine for David Robertson leads us. Almost through a mile now. Baltic Sunrise in second and Diva Fandango and Linlithgow and Colt following and Waiting Val and Brigadoon Grace. We'll skip over the third. Still Parky Equine. Trying to get a lead here in these heavy conditions was an advantage. So Parky Equine by 3 to Diva Fandango and Baltic Sunrise. Still nowhere to go is Brigadoon Grace. Got himself all trapped in up on the route. He's followed through by Buttons, who's going to have the same problem. The grey's still wide. Waiting Vow and Termy Loose. But it's Parky Equine taking some past the 6 furlong pole. 3-length advantage of Baltic Sunrise, and then Brigadoon Grace has moved off the rail now. We're moving up on the outside is Diva Fandango to lock him back in again. A little bit wider is Termy Loose, the first of the greys. Being pushed through his Buttons and Colt following. They're the ones that are trying to pick up a Pelican Avenue and Waiting Avenue. And then we're back to Alfie Cotton, Kazan Dubawi, Linlithgow and Cripple Creek skipping. I've got a bit to do, but it's Parky Equine still leads them by a couple now to Baltic Sunrise. Diva Fandango and Brigadoon Grace moving well up on the outside now is this Pelican Avenue trying to be followed through by Waiting Val de Grey, but it's over the 5th and it's still this Parky Equine, but here comes Pelican Avenue to challenge. So Pelican Avenue takes it up now from Parky Equine and Brigadoon Grace. Now moving well on the outside is Colt following, so it's these 3, Pelican Avenue, Parky Equine and Colt following. They're a length and a half away from the rest. Coming down to the last is Pelican Avenue and Parky Equine and Colt following. They're all over it. Well on the outside is Termy Loose the grey, but up front is Pelican Avenue taken on by Parky Equine. Through the gap comes Baltic Sunrise again, and it's the 2 Glutterbuck horses, Baltic Sunrise and Pelican Avenue, racing down to the last, and it's Brigadoon Grace just coming up on the inside, and Brigadoon Grace takes Baltic Sunrise and Pelican Avenue on the line. A win there for David Robertson. Brigadoon Grace locked in for a lot of that race. Managed to find some space up on the rail, takes the Levy board handicap hurdle for David Robertson, just by a head from Grey Clutterbuck's Baltic Sunrise and Pelican Avenue. They might well have been Buttons in 4th for Matt Cooper. We'll wait to see the card come up. So the first race of week 8 goes to Mr. Robertson with Brigadoon Grace. Grey Clutterbuck's Baltic Sunrise and Pelican Avenue 2nd and 3rd unlucky. Matt Cooper's Buttons was up for 4th, and Parky Equine also for David Robertson was 5th.